Dzień dobry. Jesteśmy na Wydziale Nauk Społecznych Uniwersytetu Gdańskiego, gdzie odbędzie się dzisiaj rozmowa na temat obozu innowacji edukacyjnych InnoCamp w ramach projektu NOWA. Dzień dobry.
Dzisiejszy obóz InnoCamp odbywa się w ramach dużego projektu narodowej, finansowanego przez Narodową Agencję Wymiany Akademickiej, który jest realizowany na Uniwersytecie Gdańskim. Psychologia stosowana w kontekście międzykulturowym, synergię Uniwersytetu Gdańskiego z Wietnamem. Serdecznie zapraszamy.
So we are so privileged to have our friends from Hanoi working with us on Innovation Camp on mental health. And you know, Western Europeans really look at Vietnam or Far Asia in more general terms as a place for inspiration, for improving our mental health, our well-being. We are looking at your ancient traditions, at your temples, at your pagodas, at your meditation techniques. We look at your food. We admire your attitude in life, your being gracious, your way of showing how thankful you are. So the project in which the Polish government sponsors and the agency of NAVA sponsors such events where we brainstorm and prototype solutions that will improve the situation in Vietnam. So I will maybe would like to talk to you about your perspective. What do you think is added value for you to be here?
Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Chang and I'm a student from the University of Social Science and Humanities in Hanoi, Vietnam. And first, I am too very thankful to be here, to be a participant at the InnoCamp. So I think that to be here, it is already a privilege where my professor and I, and also some of the Polish friends, we can work together on the problem from my country. So we have the new perspectives from the outsider, and also we have the view from the experts, which are our professors, and the students from psychology. Yeah.
Okay, and what about you, Professor?
If I can add, my name is Hao. I'm from the Institute of Psychology in the Vietnam Academy of Social Sciences. To be honest, at first I thought I should not be here because I should give the place to the younger people to come, because when it comes to innovation and creativity, normally at least the traditional thought is the young people have more advantages and so on. But once I'm here, I learned that it's never too late to be innovative and creative. And I would like to say I feel very grateful. What I like most in the process is not only the what, but the how to be arriving at that, and how to, starting from a very small games and warm-up activities, into how to unlock your barriers, because the longer you are in sort of system, the more, educational system, for example, or family education, the more, it become a pattern or habit that in its turn it block you from, think differently and creating something creative and being innovative.
That is very interesting, because you see Innovation Camp and innovation process as crossing these boundaries. I think age, experience is very important. We stressed that it is about lived experience. So it doesn't matter who is the liver, right? In this sense, who has lived that experience, because every voice is important, right? Do you see it also as crossing other boundaries than just age or maybe even disciplines? Yes.
Well, I think that above age, and I think another boundary that we have to cross is about the year of experience. Because, for example, like I have never ever thought about the age. I just think about the experience. And at first, I was kind of afraid that we are just the students. We have no experience. Even our lived experience is very, well, I can say shallow. It's
Limited,
not, yeah,
maybe.
limited. So I think that it is a boundary that we have to cross ourselves. For example, from a student perspective, I have to think like, as you said, every voice matters. So I have to think like, yeah, maybe I have also have something to share and something to contribute to the process, instead of just like step back and let the professor, the experts just talk and share and innovate.
Well, I must share with our audience that you really contributed a lot by sharing your immediate lived experience in our painting dialogue. So this is an example how it doesn't matter, you know, when or how long this lived experience is. Did you find art liberating, and was it inspiring for you to have that experience?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, art is a very abstract concept. People think of art as a something which is free, but for me, I think that we are still deeply affected by the culture that we live in. As Professor Hao or Professor Huang has mentioned, like, we are taught to draw something, maybe a house, maybe a tree, and like, I have also learned about some kind of projection in art. So in my head, there are some kind of, if I draw this, will my professor analyze it to see what problems do I have? So at first I was quite kind of like hesitate in painting, but then I realized that, okay, maybe just go with the flow. Maybe I just play with this color and that color. But what is very interesting is when I just let it go, the process becomes something very beautiful, and at the end I can see myself in that colors, in that art. So I think that art, on the other hand, is a free, but like on the one hand, I think that we must acknowledge all the barrier we have already like formed when we talk about art. So in that sense, we can be free when creating something beautiful.
Would you like to comment on that or add your perspective?
Yes, I was so impressed, and I learned a lot about your example and some other young example. In my age, art is something not so close, and I was educated in a way that you should inhibit your emotion, and you should keep it here somehow, well behaved. But the more we hide it, I learn from you, the more it disturbs us, and it's. But I also said in the workshop in the painting, is that when the word, the verbal communication cannot help, art can help in a very beautiful way.
Yeah.
And,
We also discussed the role of artificial intelligence, how it can speed up some processes, including creation, providing us tools, providing us prompts, providing us some kind of relationship. And you seemed to be, or actually both Vietnamese participants and Polish participants seemed to be highly critical. But just to sum up, what do you think will really create impact of what we have done here in Vietnam? Because you targeted youth, 15-year-olds, and you targeted monks in pagodas. Do you think we can impact these two target groups? what would you bring them like more specific as the result from this work here?
Well, I think that first, if we talk about like artificial intelligence, I think that one thing we can bring which is new is to bring a very bright and new perspective about like AI, because like I think most of it, when we think about AI, we have some critical and very like hesitation in using it because we afraid that by somehow it will like take our jobs or like maybe like cut it from deep thinking. But from our work, we have shown that we can incorporate the use of AI to help. For example, in my group, we targeted at the young. So like we use AI to help the young, to help somebody to respond to them immediately when the first line help, maybe the teachers, maybe their friends, their parents cannot be here. So we created a system that whenever they are struggling with their emotions, they can just type their emotion there, and the AI, the chatbot, will help them to maybe just like to word their emotions clearly and concise, or to give some structure for them to think. So I think that's one of the very like innovative thing that we can bring from our work here.
If I can add, I like the idea of the first group. You know, it's very modern, and we keep telling ourselves our approach, pagoda-based community intervention, prevention, working with the monks, and collaboration between the psychologists and the monks. We tell ourselves it's very much traditional. And I have learned from this two contrast project or proposal and ideas. And there are senior people in my group, and there are senior people in your group too. So it's beautifully done. It happened like that, and I have learned that, we can we can be embracing the present and the future, but we can also valuing the past, the tradition. And to me, that's a beautiful combination, and that helps to keep the harmony in the society. So unity in diversity is
Great.
beautiful.
Great. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure chatting with you at Innovation Camp at University of Gdańsk, which is, by the way, the only Polish Changemakers campus and the first one to start innovation camps in this part of Europe. So thank you so much for contributing and taking it to the next level.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.